Give it up for the Garfield Band! Woo! Thank you for being here. We begin the show with music, because music brings peace to the heart. My name is Mr. Garcia. I teach at Garfield High School, and like the poster says, keeping history alive. I want to thank all of you for being here to keep our history alive. And for a formal welcome, let me introduce to you our school principal, Mr. Favela. Give him a hand.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Garfield High School. My name is Andres Favela, the very proud principal here. Before we begin, definitely have to thank and acknowledge our social studies department, particularly Mr. Garcia and his classes for organizing this great historic event. Let's hear it for our social studies department here at Garfield High School. The wonderful work displayed by our students here. Thank you, students, for being here. I also want to thank our invited guests, honored guests. Thank you for always coming back, representing, and making sure that these students don't forget what you've done. I want to say thank you to the members of those participants from the 68 walkouts. Obviously, our school is full of tradition and history, and that's because you guys made that possible for us. You guys paved the way for these young people, and we will never, ever forget and always be indebted to you. So with that, I think we're ready to begin, Mr. Garcia. All right, let's hear it one more time, Mr. Garcia.
I also want to acknowledge people who are no longer here with us. As you guys can see the pictures, a lot of students and teachers were part of the East LA Walkouts. Not everybody is alive anymore, so I just want to say a huge thank you to all of them, wherever they are, and also for the ones who are present with us. We also have, as part of this generation, we have Carlos Montes and Ralph Ramirez. Please give them a hand also for being here. And we will begin with students. Student voices are important because you guys are the future of our communities. And our first speaker is Brandon Rodriguez. Give him a hand, please.
Good evening, everyone. I would first like to thank all of you who are here and able to join us today for the unveiling of the plaque that acknowledges the 55th anniversary of the 1968 walkout. My name is Brandon Rodriguez, and I am a junior here at Garfield High School. I was born and raised in East LA, and throughout all my school years, unfortunately, I was never taught about the East LA walkouts. Considering it's a huge part of our history, and not being taught about the walkouts is very unfortunate. So being a part of this event is a privilege and an honor, and I thank Mr. Garcia for teaching my 8 push class tonight about these walkouts that are commonly ignored by our history books today. These walkouts resulted in the alteration of our educational system here in East LA by providing more opportunities for people of color, especially our Latino community. So now I'd like to take the time to thank our guests that are here today and thank them for what they did and being a part of those walkouts and contributing to the massive change. I'm also extremely thankful for all the other students and teachers who stood up that day and fought for what was right. They all took up a huge and difficult challenge against all odds and still managed to make a huge change, which is why they should be recognized for what they did on March 8th, 1968, which is fighting for equality for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. That was very powerful. And yes, we want all students to know about the walkouts. Everybody should know about the walkouts. And our next speaker is another student from Garfield High School, Jacqueline Rivas.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Jackie Rivas, and I really want to thank you guys for all being here, especially our guest speakers, since you guys really experienced the walkouts yourself, and you guys were part of the generation of activists and educators who really impacted the walkouts. So thank you for being here. This is a very special moment, not just for the students here at Garfield, but for the people of our community and the kids who will walk here on this campus in the future. Before this school year, I never knew much about the walkouts, and I know that might seem impossible given how I've lived here in this area my whole life, but it's true, and it was honestly like shocking to learn about the e- educational inequalities and also the deplorable environment the students were put through during that time. Um, Students were not allowed to speak a language other than English, and they were also pushed into vocational arts like homemaking and auto mechanics. And because they were discouraged to expand their knowledge beyond those boundaries, um, the dropout rate here at Garfield was 57%, and also there was also only 2% of Latinos going to college. So the difference between now and 55 years is honestly astonishing. And so given how I did not know about that before this year, I honestly don't want that to happen to other students. So I hope that this plaque will keep the efforts of the East LA Walkouts alive and also fight that negative cycle of forgotten history here. So thank you all for being here. It's an honor to be able to speak and share this moment with you guys. Thank you.
There's nothing like student voices, right? Student voices are beautiful, they're powerful. You guys have a voice. Speak up. Don't stay silent. Don't keep the message to yourself. Spread it out. And if you know about the walkouts, make sure somebody else knows about the walkouts. And if you don't know enough, get educated. Okay? Our next speaker is a former student from Garfield High School. She graduated 3 years ago, is that correct? 4 years ago. Valeria Salazar, give her a hand.
Hi, thank you all for being here. My name is Valeria Salazar, and I graduated 4 years ago, as Mr. Garcia said. While I was a student here, I graduated as drill team captain and Metro president, but let's take it back a year before that. My junior year, I was fortunate enough to have a passionate teacher like Mr. Garcia, and the year prior, Mr. Chavez, may he rest in peace. While I was a junior, I had the opportunity to attend the Chicano Youth Leadership Conference, which was a weekend retreat in Malibu. This experience changed my life. I had a newfound confidence in myself and a motivation to just spread all the knowledge and all of that pride with my peers and my family. So although you may not have the same opportunity, I encourage you to challenge yourself and study beyond what you're taught in school. Yes, it is unfortunate that we don't always get to learn about our history up until if you have Mr. Garcia, who's a great teacher, then that might have been your first time hearing about this type of history, right? So I challenge you to pursue higher ed, try different things, pursue your dreams. Like, I'll give you a few examples. When I graduated, I thought, you know what, college is for me. I want to go to college. I didn't really know what I wanted to do yet, but I tried it. I switched my major a few times. I even enlisted in the military. Realized it wasn't for me, but I tried it, and I want you all to take that type of confidence and use it for yourself and the future youth. Hopefully someday I'll get to teach and continue to motivate the youth. And I want to take one more moment again to thank all of our guest speakers and everybody for coming out today. Thank you.
Wow. This is a very emotional moment. I hear these students speak and I feel like butterflies in my chest, it's a really moving moment. Now for our guest speakers. Our first guest speaker is Cassandra Zacarias Alarcón. In March 1968, Cassandra Zacarias Alarcón was a sophomore here at Garfield High School. Cassandra and thousands of students were demanding the right to quality education long overdue in the Latino communities. After the walkouts, she became a high school counselor. Today, she's a volunteer therapist at a clinic. Please welcome Cassandra Alarcón.
This is a very cool experience, man. Amazing. I want to start just with a quote. I love quotes, and I wanted to start with a quote for actually for everybody, but especially for students. We are each gifted in a unique and important way. It is our privilege and our adventure to discover our own special light. So, many years ago, 55 years ago, I was a sophomore here at Garfield High School, and I, along with John Ortiz, Harry Gamboa, and Margaret Mita Cuaron, we had been organizing, and we got the walkout going here at Garfield High School. Somebody just asked me, one of the reporters, I think, about how it felt, and it was very frightening in some ways because we didn't know that everybody was going to join us. We didn't know if it was just going to be the four of us out there with our picket sign and, walking away from the school and um, just us. So it was scary. It was a little bit intimidating. We did not, unfortunately, have really any teachers who felt comfortable enough to come forward and support us. We had some support, but we didn't have a Sal Castro, unfortunately, from Lincoln High School. So we did it on our own. It was very, what you call now, organic. We made up our flyers, we called people, we had meetings at the Church of the Epiphany. We had a lot of support too from students who are already going to colleges like ELAC or Cal State. So anyway, but I don't want to take too long talking about my experience. I want to reflect on the beautiful plaque that's going to be unveiled to us momentarily. And also I want to give a lot of appreciation to all the young voices that are speaking up and, not only trying to make a difference, but they're really strongly voicing their opinions and their right to live in a world that's not only equitable for all people of color, gender, whatever, however they are. And that's something that's in danger right now. I just shared this, it's a really scary time in some ways because you guys have to really, step it up and really be out there advocating for yourselves. And also for people that are afraid to voice, make their voices heard, because there's so much power in your voice. There's so much power, and I just hope everybody feels, like I know you're enthused about this, and you're giving us a lot of credit for having the courage to get out there and demonstrate and plead our case and ask for what should be our rights: the right to a great education, the right to be treated with respect, the right to be treated as a human being and cared for. And but I'm just thrilled to see so many young people that are excited to do stuff and get out there and protest and demand that we be better, that we be better people as a country, because we've made a lot of mistakes, and nobody's perfect, but you got to keep trying. You got to keep trying. You can't just rest on what you've done, And we're counting on you, because now we're the senior citizens, and you guys are the lively, beautiful voices and faces of what's coming. So get out there and make a difference, and don't let anybody ever tell you can't do something. You go for it. Do what you feel you need to do and follow your passions. And don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't read a certain book, or that you don't have a right to your body, or that you don't, and get out there and vote too when you're old enough. Get out and vote for good people that will stand up for our rights and not be cowards out there, because there's a lot of those that would take away our rights unless we insist on them. So anyway, thank you. And I'm very excited about this. gosh, I could not have even dreamed of this. You know, it's just like, it's so surreal. Anyway, thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Cassandra. Give her another hand, please. That was very inspiring. Thank you. Our next speaker is Rachel Ochoa. Rachel Ochoa was a Roosevelt High School head cheerleader and 1968 graduate. She was an LACC student and member of UMass and MECHA in 1968. She was a member of the Young Chicanos for Community Action. After attending Cam Hayes Kramer Mexican American Youth Leadership Conference, she sought change for educational issues at Roosevelt High School and other inner-city schools. She helped organize the walkouts and later became an educator. Please welcome Rachel Ochoa.
I don't know if can you see me? Because when you get this age, sometimes maybe your grandparents will tell you they start to shrink and you can only wear flats. But I'm so proud to be here today, and I want to thank the students from Mr. Garcia's class for this beautiful thank you card. And I had a lot of things to say in this book, but truly, these three speakers are the voice of the future. And I love listening to all of their words today. So they are the heroes of today. Let's clap for them ahead of time. And I want to say that, of course, I'm a Rough Rider, but my heart is always here at Garfield. Remember, I came here on March 8th. I was overwhelmed by the way that I was received here. I have another Rough Rider friend here, too, Petra and Ralph Ramirez. They've done a lot during our time of the walkouts. I was here to inspire you to understand what this plaque represents, since everybody has said something else, so I will not say the things from here. But maybe let's find out, first of all, how many people here are seniors and going to be leaving Garfield? Raise your hand. Oh, you are to be commended for your success here at Garfield. But as Cassandra said, you have to be the one to try to do what you want to do. So as you leave today, reflect. You only have about another week here, right? So hang in there. And I wanted to speak about what inspired me for us to get to this level, that today we're going to unveil a wonderful plaque that's representative of what we did at the time. But I don't think you need our legacy or our inspiration, but this plaque will say that. And you are so fortunate to be the forerunners of having these kinds of things. You have your Vietnam Memorial. Thank you, alumni, for doing that here for Garfield. We don't have one yet at Roosevelt. You have your unveiling of this wonderful plaque, and we don't have one yet at Roosevelt. Let's see if we can get that going. But the most important thing is that you have to think about who was the person who could have inspired you. I'm seeing a person today, I'm hearing Juan Garcia so much. And we need more teachers like that. Although Casey started off being a teacher, she became a counselor. Vicki, you're going to hear from her long range of accolades to become, starting as a teacher, where she ended up at the head of the board. And I was inspired as a teacher because my mother never stopped me. Even if you come from a large family like I do, you should not be stopped for any reason, and you should just keep on going no matter if you're well-to-do, because I didn't know that I was living in poverty until I went to college. I was so depressed for about a week. So you don't realize if you live in poverty, if you have everything that you need. You have your room and board, you have food to eat, you have your bed, you have your parents. But that shouldn't keep people from being inspired. But always make sure that you follow your parents. And then maybe they don't give you money, but they give you inspiration. They give you good words. So my mother inspired me by her good words. I'm sure that Cassandra's mother inspired her. I know that Vicky's mother inspired her. So we get some of that. from our parents, and we don't even know it at the time. They were doing their thing by advocating what they believed in different kind of movements, and we were doing our thing. So whatever it takes, where you will get your inspiration, that's what you should do. And always remember that no matter what you think are some bad conditions, like some of you are thinking, oh my God, I wonder what I got on that final, or I'm gonna have a final this week, right? And I wanna do so well. Don't dread on that, because you will do well. You just have to keep on trying. So one of the mantras that I said, oh gosh, I hope that's not the sheriff's. One of the mantras that I try to say to inspire students at the various places we have spoken at is, if you can't go in through the front door, if you find obstacles that come in the way of your goal, you knock on the front door, then you try what? The back door. If you can't get into the back door, guess what else is available? The window. So you need to do whatever it takes to keep going on. I was reprimanded at Roosevelt for my activity on what I did on the weekend. So I didn't go to the, major colleges that I wanted to go to. Didn't matter. I went to City College, got my AA there, went to Cal State LA, got the next degree there, went on to Claremont, got my credential, got my other graduate degree. So, it doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is what's in your heart, what you believe, and what you stand for. And this plaque today that's the key to the whole thing. For you to remember what happened then. Your grandparents might tell you about us because we're old enough to be grandparents. But you just need to keep plowing on what you believe in from your heart. No matter if at that time they were using a tracking system, anybody from the board here, you know, they used to use that system for us. They used to track whether you were rapid, medium, or low. We don't do that anymore in LA Unified. Thank goodness. But we need to get beyond that. Today, we're here for the positive future. And you are the positive future. So you're the ones who have to stand up. And even though your friends and your brothers and sisters aren't here, you have to be the leader, like Valeria. She is going to be the leader because she did finish here. She's on her 4th year. Are you graduating this year from college? She will. And then she'll come back. She doesn't have to be a teacher for 40, 50 years like I was, but she will go on and she will inspire you. So you need to inspire your brothers and sisters, no matter what it takes, sitting down with them. So to you, Bulldogs, I grant to you good wishes in the future and success, and you will be successful because you have already given the roots to continue. So thank you very much for having me, and please always remember this plaque for your whole life. It's a wonderful thing that you're doing this today. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it again. Rachel Choa! Woo! Thank you. Very powerful speaker. Our last speaker is Vicky Castro. Graduated from Roosevelt High School, was president of Young Chicanos for Community Action that helped organize the 1968 East LA Walkouts. She was an active member of UMass, MECHA, in East Los Angeles, and also a lifelong educator, teacher, administrator. She proudly retired from Hollenbeck Middle School, where she attended. She was the school principal at Hollenbeck Middle School. Please welcome Vicky Castro.
Yeah, I did serve on the Board of Education. Good afternoon. It's really an honor to be here, and it's always difficult when you're like the next speaker because you all had words of wisdom and direction and support and accolades to those that helped organize and walked out that day. So I want to also point out a few similarities. I also attended the first Hess Kramer, and that's what gave me my voice. Up until then, I never really thought about much of being active or even playing some kind of a role in the future of schools in this area. But I also have something that I want to share with you, and I don't even remember where I heard this, but I always looked at it when I was a teacher, a principal, a board member, whatever, and when I would look out to students to think, you are the other me and I am the other you. And that's what you live in, okay? And there's no difference. The difference is we're in front of you. When I was a student, I went kindergarten through 12th grade here in the East Boyle Heights, East LA area. I never had a principal that would have ever even looked like a Chicano like Mr. Vivella. I never had a Chicano teacher. I never had a Chicano Latino counselor talk to me. So that's what the legacy of the walkouts I hope to share with you. But I also want to acknowledge two other members of the original Young Chicanos for Community Action. Ralph Ramirez was an original member, and Rachel Ochoa. And, somehow we listened to each other, and we hung out at the Church of the Epiphany. We carpooled here, carpooled there. But really, the acknowledgement of this plaque for me is, yes, we had a leadership role. Yes, we did some organization. But there were thousands of students that walked out that day. Those are the students that this plaque represents to me. They took the challenge. They listened to us. Maybe we sounded reasonable. Maybe some of us sounded a little crazy. Maybe some of us were demanding. But we just gave the word and they followed. But you know what? There's future educators from those that walked out. There's artists that walked out. We have Wayne Healy, noted Patsy Valdez. Actually, Wayne attended Garfield. We have Carlos Callejo. All the walkouts touched them personally, and they're the ones that stood up and walked out. Yes, we yelled, walk out, but somebody listened and somebody acted. And that's what all I can ask of you is, yeah, we're up here, we're old, what is it, the Chicano movement, they called us elders. I wouldn't know if I was insulted to be called an elder, but I appreciate that term now. But the future's yours, and all I ask of you is follow your dream, but come back and give to your community wherever, which role you decide to take. Whether it's a professional, I have three grandsons. My grandson just graduated from Marquette. One of my grandsons one's in the Air Force, and one's a poker dealer. So, but you know what? They're doing and they're following their dream. And so I ask that you give back, appreciate all those role models that have been there for you because they were not there for us. And that's what the walkout means to me. And also to graciously thank every student that walked out on March 8th and supported the changing of our schools so that you could be seated in front of us here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please give a hand to Vicky Castro. Now, the moment we're waiting for, the unveiling of the plaque. I'm nervous now. But first, before we do that, I want to say a huge thank you to the History Department. Ms. Huerta, give a hand to Ms. Huerta, our coach. Yeah, give a hand also to our administrator, Ms. Harrington, for supporting us. Where's she at? Yeah, she's in the auditorium right now. But look, all of this event here, guys, is not possible without support, without people working together. We work with administrators, with teachers, with students, all of you, the parent center, the custodial staff, the main office, everybody collaborates. This takes a village, really, and to make a difference, we have to be humble and ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. So I want to say thank you to everybody who made this event possible. It's all of us together. Okay, give each other a hand. Please, thank you. Before we unveil the real plaque, we're going to have two students, Jacqueline Soto and Dio Serrano, read the plaque first, and then we'll unveil it. Like everybody, the guest speakers and the students will do the unveiling of the real plaque. But first, we want to read what it says. So let me introduce two wonderful students and artists, Jacqueline Soto and Dio Serrano, to read the plaque. Woo! Give them a hand. And you can take the microphone. Okay, there we go.
Hello, everyone. Oh, is it not connected?
Oh, wait. Oh, no.
Did it die?
Hello.
Okay, hello everyone. Okay, I'm Jill Serrano and this is Jacqueline Soto. We're like one of the artists of this event. Like if you see in the back, that's our artwork, most of it. It wouldn't be possible without our 8-push students as well helping us out. But Sal Castro once said, it's a good day to be a Chicano, and that still applies today. I'd like to say that our community has definitely come a long way, so we could ingrain these words into a plaque that is now in Garfield High School. Okay. In the early 1960s, the East Side schools of Los Angeles were overcrowded, under-resourced, and students faced 57 dropout rate in racially segregated system. Empowered by the civil rights era and the Chicano movement, students from various East LA schools, supported by community leaders and teachers like Sal Castro, plan to fight back. Expanding on a growing tradition of social justice organizing, activists, students presented their concerns to the school board. After being ignored, the students were determined to take direct action. On March 5th, 1968, about 2,000 Garfield High School students stormed out and banged on classrooms yelling, "Blowout, blowout." Within days, students from Belmont, Wilson, Lincoln, Roosevelt, Franklin, and other schools joined the largest high school protest in the country. Over the next 5 years, Chicano college enrollment increased from 2 to 25%.
More importantly, a new generation understood the importance of using a collective voice to make a positive changes in their community and maintain a pride and dignity within themselves. This plaque commemorates the brave students and leaders who took a risk to ensure the next generation could have the quality education they deserved. Therefore, we make it our duty to continue to raise consciousness and ensure educational justice for future generations. Thank you.
You're amazing. Thank you. And the moment of truth. But we have one more announcement. Oh my God. It's a very important announcement though, because I didn't even know about this one, but Mr. Moya is going to give us an announcement for something that happened that's now historical, right? It's a historical achievement. So please come over. Mr. Moya, please have an announcement. You got it?
Can everybody hear me? Yes. My big mouth, big voice. My name is Abe Moya. I'm an artist, activist, and a coordinator. I've been doing this for over 50 years. Because of the students here back in the late 60s, the walkouts, the Brown Berets, what happened on August 29th, 2 years ago, Santa Ana, I also did curate art shows. And we did one under the name of the Chicano Artists and Friends. And at that time, a city councilman from the city of Santa Ana was going to declare August as Chicano Heritage Month. Wow. Not Latino, not Hispanic month, but Chicano Heritage Month. And they did. In August of 2021, Santa Ana declared the city that month, August, as Chicano Heritage Month. And that is because of the young people of back in the day of the late 60s and early 70s struggling out there. So that the influence of what has happened and the positive effects of what you, the youth, can do, you could see like what happened over there. So Keep on struggling en la lucha. Unidos venceremos.
Thank you. Yay. Chicano Heritage Month. That's beautiful. Reminds me of Sal Castro, right? It was beautiful to be a Chicano, correct? It was beautiful to be a Chicano that day. And if you don't know who's Sal Castro, Google it. Okay? Now, for the moment of truth, we're going to invite our guest speakers and to please go close to the plaque. Can you guys please walk over to the plaque? And we're going to stand 3 and 3 on each side, and we're going to pull it down, okay? But before we do that, we're going to do a unity clap, okay? Just to give them positive vibes, positive energy. So we'll get 3 on each side, please. And then you'll be, 3 on each side. And we're going to do the unity clap. The unity clap, if you don't know what it is, it's a symbol of unity. If I clap by myself, it's only 1 clap. 2 people clapping is more powerful. 3 is better. 100 is way better. And 1,000, it's real powerful. But this is the trick. It has to be done at the same time. Like if all the claps are in this order, it doesn't sound good. It has to be in order, like unity, okay? Showing the unity of the people. It's like the hand, right? 1 finger can be broken, but a fist is really strong. So let's do the unity clap first to give them positive energy. Okay, ready? Yay! Woo! Woo! Okay, ready? Put your hands on the logo of Garfield High School. And now we're going to unveil the 1968 East LA Walkouts flag. 1, 2, go! Yeah! Woo! Woo! Okay, let's take a picture right there. Please get closer, please. Okay, there's some picture there for the... Yes, together, uh-huh. Together, very good. Let's take some pictures of our guest speakers that are part of history. This is the first plaque at LAUSD schools. Wonderful. Let me take a picture here. Give him a big applause, everybody! Woo! Oh. Yay, woo! Then we all take pictures here. Oh, we should mix up, right? It's the next generation. Yeah. Yes.
Come on, you stay here with them. You stay here with them. I gotta be here.
All right. Okay. There you go. Oh, yeah, that fits. Chicano power. Chicano power, yes.
¡Chicano! ¡Chicano! ¡Sí, con ganas! ¡Chicano!
Yes. Thank you. Now you guys can walk around, take pictures. We have refreshments over here. We have aguas frescas and sandwiches. And please talk to our guest speakers. Please say hi to them, okay? Thank you for coming today. Thank you so much. Be part of history. Woo!
Mr. Garcia, is it alright if I take a video of Juan?
Go ahead, yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah.